Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Blank Check here, and today we are back to MLP Season 9, this time Episode 21, Daring Doubt. The end is closing in fast, the finale is airing in 3 weeks, and we are finishing up character arcs. This week, presumably Daring Do, the big question being who else is here. Rainbow Dash obviously is the most likely suspect, which I think is a little odd because if you track the back half of this season, the characters we focused on in order, Pinky and Cheese, Rainbow Dash, Twilight, the villains and the princesses, Fluttershy and Angel, Spike and Rarity, then Trixie and Starlight. It looks like they're giving every main character their spotlight before the finale. We're still due for the Apple family and for the Crusaders, but I know the titles of the last episodes, and I think we are getting them, but not here. So it does sound like a Rainbow episode, but she's already had hers, though honestly I would not be against giving her a different send-off than what we had earlier. And I guess anything is fair game in terms of supporting the close to our Daring Do saga. This one's written by Nicole, who's been behind a lot of good episodes, most recently the one with Scootaloo's parents, so I think this will be a good time. So, ladies and gentlemen, put away all your doubts, and let's jump in. Alright. Yep, alright, Rainbow's Cloud Home, but Fluttershy's coming. Oh, could it be both of them?
Oh!
She's reading too!
Thank you for letting me borrow your Daring Do books. I love them.
Is Flutters the doubter?
Daring Do and the Riddle of the Sphinx!
This is actually my second time through. I read them all, from Daring Do and the Sapphire Statue to
Oh, they have
Daring Do
more
and the
things to be friends about.
Fallen Idol? That's not in the series.
Oh.
It just came out last week. Maybe that's why you haven't heard of it?
Is it a fake author?
Way Daring Do's biggest fan, me, would miss a book coming out.
Or did
Besides, AK Yearling always sends me a copy.
Rainbow, was she not told about it?
Borrow mine until yours arrives.
Did Daring not tell her?
Story of the thieving fraud known as Daring Do? What?
Oh.
Why did AK Yearling write that about herself?
Oh, it looks like she didn't. This book says it's by Groom QQ Martingale.
Okay.
Well, I guess he's a new writer.
So a critic.
A bad one? The only thing worse than Daring Do's destruction of temples is her cruelty to
Ooh.
mild-mannered Dr. Caballeron?
It was written from his
Is
point
the
of view.
author secretly Caballeron himself?
Artistic choice.
More like a disaster. Listen,
Is this a propaganda piece?
isn't just a fictional character from over-the-top adventure stories. I've met her, and she is a real live pony. That's supposed to be a secret.
Oh no, someone's
We are the only ones who know Daring Do is
exposing her
really
secret identity.
lies. But if other ponies read this book, how long will it take them to figure that out?
Oh man.
Warn her. Fluttershy!
It's like a certain
Oh, sorry.
MCU movie all over again. Holy crap. Alright, so everyone's gonna know who AK Yearling is, potentially, in the wide world of Equestria. So the big question now is, who wrote this book? Was it just a critic who, like, was hurt in some way by an adventure of Daring Do's? Is it a villain like Caballeron? Or could it be Daring Do herself? I don't think so because of the way it said Caballeron was not a bad guy.
Yearling is signing all her books at the bookstore today. We can warn her about what's going on.
Don't you think you should read Martingale's book first, just to hear both sides of the story?
Very good
Why?
people.
The only true thing in that pack of lies is that Daring Do is real.
There's also a lot of insight into Dr. Caballeron's life choices. Did you know
Oh, wow.
he's actually a history professor and amateur bird watcher?
What?
Are you serious right now?
Are we actually making him gonna be not a bad guy?
Exposes her secret, and you want to talk about birds?
Also spider cruelty. I have to admit, Daring Do wrecks a lot of spider webs in her adventures.
Oh my god.
Order to save precious artifacts from the bad guy, who you seem to have forgotten is Dr. Caballeron.
I
Sure
don't...
you read the same series I did?
This is another one where I don't know what I want the reality to be.
Well, at least AK Yearling's true fans know Martingale's book is both.
If it turns out Caballeron actually is not a bad
Sure
guy.
these are all fans.
That'll be legitimately very interesting.
Why didn't your book say Daring Do is real? This changes everything.
I feel so dirty
You
now.
only write about her good side. Is she bribing you?
On page 531, it says Daring Do kicks puppies.
No! Look, are any of you here for my actual book signing?
Okay, alright. If there's actual lies in the
Frankly,
text.
I don't know how you could call it fiction if it's all real. You're as much of a fake as Daring Do.
Okay, so
I guess we're a little late to warn you about the new book.
the book doesn't say that she herself is Daring Do.
I always feared that someday every pony would learn Daring Do was real.
Just that the pony exists. Alright.
Proud of your
That's different.
adventures?
Of course, but I'm not in it for the fame. The stories just seem too good to keep to myself.
Yeah.
I wish I knew who this Martingale author was.
Alright, if
And why
Martingale's
he's determined to ruin my character.
actually just throwing dirt,
Maybe we can ask him.
like falsely accusing her of things,
Doing a signing across the street?
then it's totally a
Go
villain.
without me. I can't risk the chance Martingale might recognize me as Daring Do.
I mean, but that's also the chance that you'd be the one who knows who the person is.
Excuse us.
Otherwise,
That's not Martingale. It's Dr. Caballero in a disguise.
wow, that's a good
Sense. Daring Do's arch nemesis created a fake
R.R. Martin-esque.
can write books that make him
Beard.
sound like a hero. Who does that?
A.K. Yearling?
This is totally different. well.
Alright, this got a little less interesting.
Again, huh? Just like in Somnambula, spreading lies to make Daring Do look bad.
Would you sign it?
But there's still a chance that
I'm just a simple author, telling it like it is. Ooh,
Yearling has to reveal who she is by the end of it.
Fluttershy with 2 T's.
Oh,
Who you really
I
are.
like that she has to
Unless you want us to
specify that.
You'd better answer some questions.
I'm afraid that's all we have time for today.
The villains are getting smarter these
A
days.
free copy of my book on your way out.
They're evolving their approach. I appreciate that. Smokescreen of
Away
fans.
with this Caballero on.
Get away with what? I'm merely telling my side of the story.
Do not believe your eyes and ears.
You think everything in A.K. Yearling's books are true? Daring Do in the Quetzal's Quest, she states that the fangthorn flowers are red. In fact, they are blue.
Oh, wow.
They are.
You can't believe everything you read, huh?
More of an editor's mistake.
Still, if that is wrong, is it not possible that other bigger things are too? Take a look, it's in my book.
Yeah, of course it's possible.
Take your word for it. Come on, Fluttershy.
I'm getting some, like, weird mixed
Something wrong?
signals here.
Terrible being misunderstood. It is true, in the past I have not been as nice to Daring Do as I should, but I have my reasons.
Want to talk about what happened?
Like, there's no way.
My team and I were only ever interested in researching artifacts and taking them to our museum where other ponies could study.
I don't believe you. Like, just seeing him in the past as actual actions, it doesn't seem like this is real.
To get there first with our own plans. I offered to team up with her, but she refused.
But it would be so interesting if it was real.
Had her own ideas of where the treasures belong.
You know, it'd be crazy.
Did have a lot of artifacts on her shelves at home, but didn't you try to sell them to the highest bidder?
Only because I had to.
I have so much gambling debt.
In our artifacts are the museum closed. We were desperate for money to keep it open.
Like a moral of not believing everything you read. And considering
She does destroy a lot of ancient sites, not to mention the homes of the animals that live there.
the views of each side is
My duty to
really
tell the
powerful.
world. Thank you for listening and understanding, Ms.
Fluttershy, 2 T's.
But seeing that Daring Do is fallible,
Martingale is merely a nom de plume to build my brand. You know, my team could use an insightful Pegasus like you, Fluttershy.
it would be better
Thought of being an adventurer?
than him just tricking Fluttershy and her learning that she can't believe everything she reads since she was tricked by him.
What took you so long?
I decided to find out which author is really telling the truth, so I joined Dr. C's Tenochtitlan expedition.
Similar narrative, but just not as hard hitting because of the clear, like, extreme manipulation in this aspect.
Daring Do doesn't kick puppies?
Time! Accidentally! Hey, Kay, you have to help me!
Okay, so she did.
QQ Martingale is really Dr. Caballero, and he has Fluttershy!
He's just embellishing
What's his new plan to ruin Daring Do's reputation?
the bad parts.
Make my friend a criminal! They're off to Tenactine Land right now! He must be after the truth talisman of Tonatiuh. It requires the wings of a Pegasus to retrieve it. That's gotta be why Caballero tricked Fluttershy into joining his gang!
The truth talisman. All right, now we're gonna find out for real once anyone grabs the talisman, I guess. What is and what isn't being thrown over our eyes.
Watch where you put your hooves, every pony. We do not want to disturb the fragile jungle ecosystem.
Oh, that's so thoughtful.
He's just playing with her?
Daring Do slashes plants aside with a cruel machete.
Thank you.
Like they're playing him to be.
Fool! Don't you know that's poison? I don't want you to get hurt, my friend.
But I'm hungry.
Oh, I can help with that. Here.
You are willing to
Like he's
share?
overreactive.
Of course. That's part of the fun of having an adventure with friends.
Oh, maybe Fluttershy will turn him into a better person. Look at that. The one who actually defeats Caballero is the timid little Pegasus. Nah, she got this. Come on. She can handle chimeras.
These ferocious beasts want to eat us for dinner!
That's a common misconception.
Oh?
Try just talking to them?
Crazy! You are on your own!
I mean, you're literally the pony who can talk to animals, though.
What?
Oh, the equinity.
We're very sorry for coming into your territory.
Oh,
Just passing through.
it's so cute.
Did you do that?
I love it.
Every creature likes to be listened to. You just need to take the time to understand them.
You are more talented than I realized.
Head over heels here.
I'm having the best time with you all.
Oh,
Fluttershy must be having the worst time with Caballeron's goons. We need to catch up to them before they reach the truth talisman. Why? What's so special about it? It has the power to make the pony holding it
All right.
tell the truth. But Caballero only wants it because it's made of solid gold. He'll
Daring
want
Do's
to
gonna get it.
Use it to get rich. So if
and she's gonna say something
why didn't you already save it? You said only a Pegasus can get it, right?
that Rainbow might not
The
like.
temple traps are far too dangerous to face without a map, and maybe even with one.
Is that true? Are there actual traps? Does she just want it to not be
Boss, how about we take the shortcut?
How about you be quiet?
in the public?
I mean, no thank you, Biff. Let's just follow the map.
Oh, I'm supposed to be Dr. C's second in command, but he never listens to me.
Aw, poor guy.
Trying. I believe in you.
What if she turns everyone else against Caballero
At last.
and now he's alone?
Now we simply have to wait for the sun to reach its highest point. And our path will be revealed.
Like his quick temper makes it seem like he's definitely
Don't move.
just pretending. But what if that's just red herring trying to throw us off the trail, off the real truth? Because Daring Do is so nice and supportive
There they are! We can catch them before they enter the temple.
on the surface. Ooh.
Get back, Rainbow Dash! It's how we Zodal.
Daring Do.
Oh, wow.
Old nemesis. You may have outsmarted my jungle cats, but you cannot escape me!
It's a three-way fight?
Didn't see any cats! We're just here to rescue Fluttershy!
No villain team-ups in this one, it seems.
It must be a coincidence that only a Pegasus can retrieve Tonatiuh's treasure. And there are two of you here.
I only need one of you. I mean, yeah, if they're there, they're obviously gonna get the treasure. I don't know why he's like, oh, it's such a coincidence. Yeah, one's Daring Do. Who else did you expect? Stairway to heck. Open in. Are they gonna sloop through the middle right before it closes? Sloop! They did it. Nice. Good reference. Good job.
That was cutting it close. And without a map, we'll have to guess which way to go.
I think that's how you usually work, Daring. No, the spider webs! Oh, that one.
The truth talisman could not be moved by magic, but I never realized we'd have to fly to retrieve.
That one really clinches it.
Journey has been for nothing.
Daring's not the only one to destroy spider habitats.
I can get it.
Oh, Fluttershy, you are too kind. But I could never ask that of you. It might be dangerous.
All right, okay. I get it.
All of you, my new friends, and to protect a historical treasure.
Yep, alright. Alright, you had me second guessing because I was just bred to expect the unexpected. But these guys, they might be redeemable by the end of things. And this guy's putting my girl Flutters in mortal danger. Yeah, alright. I mean, of course he saved the treasure by transitivity, but still he saved her.
You're safe!
Thanks, every pony.
Give us the talisman, Captain.
And now he has to tell the truth.
Not taking no for an answer.
Wait! You don't understand. My friends are researchers.
Are you really a
They want to
professor?
study the talisman and keep it safe in a museum. Right, Dr. C?
Caballero.
No.
You said
Now that he's holding
Perfect, good job.
talisman, he has to tell the truth.
Why would he put it on? Why would he wear it?
You're only pretending to like Fluttershy because she has the wings you needed to steal the truth tower.
There's no reason for that.
Right.
No! I admit that was the original reason, but my hench ponies and I have come to value your friendship and kindness.
Oh wow, alright.
That coming.
Or that.
Very traditional turnaround.
Intruders! And you dare to steal Tonatiuh's talisman?
But in this case, you know it's the truth.
And girls!
Usually it's the person like begging for forgiveness and saying, no, I meant this one thing, but I've come to learn to be better. But this one was magically enforced, so no daring doubts here. Howie Zettle's the only real bad guy.
Fluttershy! Can't you ask them to stop like the jungle cats?
Excuse me? Guardian Goyles?
It's no good. They're only stone and magic, not alive. I
Yeah.
encountered some like this in Maripol.
These automatons,
I seem to recall similar creations in Flank Ladesh.
no hearts.
How do you get rid of them?
You can't win them, Fluttershy.
I know they don't like bright light.
There's none of that in here.
Alright.
Not yet.
Except the
Caballero.
really consistent ambient light around you guys.
Yes, I mean... Yes, I mean... How did you know I stole it?
Lucky guess. Hold it high.
Great. I like that. Discotheque over here.
Wow.
Gargoyle's worst nightmare.
Great team.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Later. Now it's time to escape.
Rainbow doubts the validity of this relationship.
To get out of here, we're all gonna have to work together.
That's actually a good idea.
See? Told you he'd listen.
A truce until we escape.
Didn't even have to like force him with magic that time.
I cannot lie.
Now, all together.
You just keep make him wear that forever and you're good. No more deception.
You again! If I were
Uh-oh.
games, I would get out my pinnacle deck.
Is this part where Daring Do reveals some
This way.
not so perfect perfections about herself? Like, I hate puppies.
Rainbow Dash.
I love kicking them.
I'm gonna need the deluxe spa package after this adventure. If that doesn't leave this temple.
I like that. How does he Fluttershy wear it? I want to get married to Discord.
That's it. I'm quitting the hench pony business to finally follow my dreams of becoming an opera star. Maybe you should hold this.
I want to see the after
Not hide in there forever!
of this episode.
Dead end!
Like 5 years down the line. Where are they now?
Awizoto won't give up until he catches us.
Like the end of it too.
think our problem is the solution.
Did you forget there's a monster out there that wants to crush us?
But why? Nobody ever asked Awizoto what his side of the story is. He must have
All
a reason
right.
for being so upset.
Okay.
Or maybe he's just a bad guy.
Let's go for it, Fluttershy.
He tried to squash Daring Do like 100 times?
Me as well. I was so scared I had to change my ascot. This truth teller.
Understanding begins with listening.
And forcing them to tell the truth.
Prepare to meet your doom!
Not really. Just here to ask, why are you chasing us, Mr. Awizoto?
I'll pass. You monster.
Well, the thing is, I'm in charge of protecting this jungle. If another artifact goes missing on my watch, I'm going to be in so much trouble with
I'll
the
be
guardian creatures.
Demoted.
That sounds like a lot of responsibility.
It'll put me in guardian jail.
Yes, and those two have taken so many relics from my land. My job is on the line. So maybe I am a little violent and ferocious.
Holy crap.
Can you blame me?
We're going all the way with this one.
The only reason I've been taking the artifacts is because I thought I was protecting them.
I was stealing them to get rich.
This is the end of Daring.
I never realized you had a noble cause. I thought you were just being a monster.
It's the end of Daring Do as we know her.
That a lot.
Maybe there is something to this whole listening to every pony thing.
It doesn't always mean they're telling the truth, but
Yep.
every creature deserves kindness.
Wow, what a...
And because you returned the talisman and took the time to understand me,
This one's
I will
big.
let you all go.
I don't know how I feel about...
On one condition. You swear to never steal artifacts from the Tenochtitlan Basin again.
I mean, Daring could definitely do it, I bet.
I
promise.
Oh, wow, Caballero.
Write that in my next book.
Your
He even promised.
You mean you're actually A.K. Yearling?
Tony.
That gives me an idea.
He's like, what?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
I thought your first co-written novel would bring out a ton of
Co-authors.
We've been upstaged by a new author.
Oh, who?
And so the noble Awizotul bravely toiled day and night to protect the jungle's precious artifacts.
This is ridiculous. This episode is ridiculous. They went for it. Like, they absolutely went for it. And I appreciate that audacity and the moral. But, wow, you really not leaving me anything to work with here. What an interesting world. Huh. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was MLP Season 9, Episode 21, Daring Doubt. And that one was interesting. I like it. It caught me off guard, and like with the Scootaloo's Parents episode, I was preoccupied thinking about the possibilities and the potential implications and impact of where the narrative could go. Thinking about how audacious Nicole could be with this one, because if it actually turned out that Daring Do was untrustworthy, it would be a powerful lesson and a huge deal, but also a more cynical take than this show generally gives. Similar to the Cozy Glow turn, but this character has much more history behind her. So what happened here is the more proper outcome, but man, just think about it. But even then, wrapping up the Daring Do arc like this so tightly is an impressive thing, especially showing that Awizoto was never necessarily a bad guy, although he did try to maul ponies with jungle cats. And I do like that Caballero was a bad guy. I appreciate that Fluttershy turned his entire group around. Good job, girl. I also appreciate that this is our last Rainbow Dash episode before the finale, I assume, because this is one where she showed her loyalty to Daring Do through the entire thing. She never doubted. I think that is a better look than the cheering episode, regardless of your thoughts on its quality. This one was paced nicely, it was funny. It did make me skeptical, though it was more a will they won't they on the part of the showrunners, which I guess is still a desired effect. I was into it and I enjoy how they ended this arc, and the moral is a big deal. I like what they did here. I definitely could have done with them making Daring Do a little more fallible. Obviously she unknowingly has made mistakes, but telling us that in some cases she really was an unreliable narrator would have really boosted that all sides notion. They definitely hit on a few things, but we never really see it from her. And to be clear, I'm nitpicking here because I think this moral is better and more important than most, which means I think it's worth dissecting and I don't want to gloss over it like some other ones. It's almost always worthwhile to get both sides of a story. It provides you insight, it lets you see things from a different perspective, it might change your mind, or make you more sympathetic to a cause. I think a very important thing said here is that the other side might not be telling the truth. So hearing that other side doesn't mean blindly trust it, and it does not necessarily vindicate that other side. They could still totally be in the wrong after you hear them out. But it is better than completely closing yourself off from that perspective. I think this one was really well done. Great job, Nicole. Season 9 is putting out some great things lately, and I hope that continues through the end. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Until next time, remember, don't believe everything you read.